So this is an Ethernet cable. It's a really long one. We're trying to run it along the building, and this is just like the bare cable, the cord. And there's a very specific way they have to kind of be aligned. But if we don't get it right, then the connections won't like kind of fire off at the same time, and the cable just won't work. And then we gotta like strip it more and then redo it. Yeah, it looks decent, right?
It's very good.
Here's on the other line, right? Is he done? Did you crimp the cable?
Not yet.
Yeah?
Hold it out.
Jack the crimp.
Oh, shit. This isn't crimped at all. Chris, you didn't crimp the cable. Damn.
My name is Tony Baizan. I'm 18 years old, and I live in the South Bronx. I'm part of the Hunts Point Digital Stewards at The Point, and we're working to give like a free mesh network to the community of Hunts Point. A mesh network is like a series of devices that can connect to each other, and it's supposed to be local, it's supposed to be resilient, it's supposed to be reliable and free. It's the internet, basically, but for us.
Sandy is moving to the north-northwest.
Nearly 1 in 4 cell phone customers in the affected areas were without service.
The power's going to be off for 2 to 3 days. Some people are rather underprepared.
I think it's not an issue for a lot of people until like it actually happens. When Hurricane Sandy hit, like I didn't really care about it until like I saw my roof was kind of caving in, like the floors were like sponging up, and I was like, I didn't know what was happening. I just thought it was like a normal like thunderstorm, but my mom was like, no, it's like terrible, like trees are falling and like our front awning kind of fell down, and I just kind of saw it and I was like, yeah, this is a problem, you know, like we shouldn't have to deal with this. The project was brought to us by like the government of New York, and in Red Hook they already had like a pre-system kind of installed already, and once Hurricane Sandy hit, all the other communication networks were just down, but their network stayed up. And so the government was like, yeah, that's a pretty good system, you know, we should use it, you know, it's resilient, and so why not just give it everywhere. Well, Hunts Point is in a peninsula, and so we're just kind of surrounded by water, and so we're very like prone to an attack, hurricane. You know, if an antenna fails or a server fails, then there's just no internet. But with us, like our servers are local. They're teaching us how to program the servers and how to like plug everything in to like what. And so if one of our servers go down, then we're just right there to fix them.
These ones are just to spread the connection. This is to like give the connection. If that gets working, we might be able to set up all the way over there on the banknote, a business incubator and warehouse. And from there, we're able to reach sites like past these buildings right over here. And so from there, we just kind of beam it on like along the street all the way down Hunts Point. Because he's also trying to get us to like go into Maria's house over there. I'm not sure if it's both of them or if it's just one rooftop, but it's one of these two. This other one is a similar thing, and since we introduced it, now we're able to like walk all the way down there and get signal. So we wanted to keep the local, like the servers local, all the stuff local, and if it breaks down during like a storm, we can't reach over there.
Access to the internet is a really big problem. I mean, like there's internet everywhere, but it's too expensive, and people like me couldn't afford it. And so in like the last 2 years of high school, we just moved and we didn't have much, and we still don't really have much. And so we just decided to go without the internet. From there, I couldn't like really hand in assignments because they were asking for me to do it on Google, and I was too embarrassed to even say like, hey, I can't do it. They just expect everyone to have it, but we just don't, and I don't know how to talk about it.
There was this thing with the dude from Tesla, where like he got approved from the FCC to use satellites to like shoot Wi-Fi to rural areas in the United States.
So like, what does that mean for us?
It means nothing for us.
It means it's like Elon Musk versus us.
Our original group was 8, and then it narrowed down to 4 after some left. The remaining people are Julian. For him, this is just something else to do to kind of better the community. Marshall is 60 years old, but he likes to say he's 6 decades old. He also likes to say he's the gatekeeper of technology. although he's not very knowledgeable about technology half the time.
We got the giant pooper scooper for the dinosaurs. It scoops everything up, you know what I'm saying?
He's a pretty funny guy. It's just Marshall, you know, there's no other way to put it, really. There's Gio. He kind of understands some of the stuff more. I know I could always rely on Gio for a cable.
I lived in Hunts Point for like 15 years, my whole life.
And then there's Chris, my brother, who's also part of the program. And, you know, we don't do much together, but that program really kind of brought us together. It's something to do with my brother. Like, we have our moments where we really don't want to be a part of it anymore. And we also have our moments where we feel like it's really important and we want to bring more people on.
We went all the way down there.
Like where that block is, where that corner is, that's basically like the start of Hunts Point. That's where you basically enter. And then everything going forth is what we're trying to like get connected to.
It's recording all my jokes? Okay. So I'm Gil Zussman. I'm an associate professor of electrical engineering and computer science here at Columbia University. My research is mostly on wireless networking and also on resilient networking. Our current access to the internet is mostly a single hop between our device and a wireless router, or between our device and a base station. So if there is some kind of a natural disaster, a hurricane, and this tower gets knocked down, all those devices cannot connect to that tower, and at that point they are not connected to the network. With very large disasters, such that the hurricanes that we have been experiencing, for example, the one in Puerto Rico, some of the infrastructure systems are very fragile. There is a need for systems that will be able to operate even when the infrastructure fails or when there are power outages. So if we move to a situation where we have a decentralized network with wireless devices, this could be used in order to have communication inside that network. You want resilient networks that can sustain outages that can result from climate event or can result from all kinds of other events.
Chip.
He's connected. You're on too?
Yep. These are the offline applications that we were talking about. So we're able to like still communicate with each other despite the internet not being working. Gio, you want to try connecting to the PNK server?
Technology without humans to use it or to interpret it, it's just wires or stuff, you know? So this is the most important component of this project, the people. My name is Jamil Laura. I am a community coordinator here. My personal style of doing or teaching, create a situation, pointing out where the knowledge is, creating opportunities for people to get their hands on it, and then giving them a problem. Then I create the problem and put them in a situation to figure it out and then guide them through it. That's practice.
I have like a diagram on my phone. Yeah, I could feel it. Yeah, it's this. So I just have to align them, and it hurts my hands, and I'm always stuck doing it because no one else knows how to do it. Yo, could you go tell Chris the cable is wrong? I'm sure he's gonna be upset. And it's roughly 2:15, and I can feel the rain coming down already. This is gonna get a whole lot more fun. White, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, brown. Yeah, that's the order. Why is it coming in? I didn't think I did it right this time. Oh, Chris.
Tony.
I'm still making the cable. I think I messed up.
Of course we did.
It's starting to rain harder.
Trouble maker. Right? Maker of trouble. You're making trouble here.
This doesn't look like it works at all.
You're making trouble here.
Just look at it.
What is it? It looks like a bunch of wires.
Not even the cable looks right.
How does that work? How does it work?
They had a whole workshop on it. They were like, these cables could catch. Look at that.
Look at that.
Just fibers and weird metal parts. This is what I was talking to you about.
Look at that.
Look at the cables these guys make.
Who made that cable? Gio? Gio is the cable master.
Yep. What are you guys gonna do? You want to remove this cable?
Are you kidding me?
trying to see it right here. It's not gonna see it. We gotta do it again, Gio. We were so good at this, Gio.
I am good at it.
What I hope for them to gain is experience to present the project, but also offer solutions.
Today I wanna explain to everybody sort of like who we are, how we're gonna do it, and like what like my experience is with this. I want to explain to them that this is for the community, by us, like we're in the community, and like how this would affect them. I'm feeling very good and like nervous, cause Marshall left, and like it's just me over here, so I guess good, but I feel really confident about my explanations about this.
It's a weird thing to offer someone free internet, because then they're assuming that you want something from them. We only really want like rooftop access and like electricity to like connect our things. You know, that's kind of all we're asking for. But it's a very sketchy thing for these people. You know, we're young. We also don't really know what we're doing half the time, and to explain like even how the internet works to these people, like they don't really like care. They just kind of want to pay someone else to do it. And they kind of have a hard time visualizing how it would work and how it would help them.
Nobody is interested in this shit. Like, nobody's interested. In the couple hours that I've been here, like everybody looks at it and walks by. It's just like, honestly, it's time lost. We could have been explaining stuff, but nobody walked up. Let's start packing the shit up, let's go.
Wrap it up.
I guess that's it.
How many people do you guys get to talk to? What was that experience?
Almost nobody came up to my table, and like I explained it to like one person at the very beginning. But that's really it. Yeah, then after that, nobody stopped.
I was back and forth, you
Yeah.
know, because I was trying to get people to come over, but nobody wanted they was more concerned about the cookies and the Slurpees or whatever they were serving in the corner.
So this is practice.
Okay.
As we do this more, then we are more able and more ready. But I need to see your enthusiasm. I need to see that you have hope to do something with it. Because, again, we are compromised to do something for our community, which is Hans Point. How they doing it? They're doing great. They're doing great. Yeah, right now, you know, we have how many antennas right now? Like 4 antennas around in this block. And we're going to install another antenna today.
It's like right around there.
Yeah, right around there. We just literally pointed at Maria's house, so
Yeah.
hopefully. The reason why I would like to have an antenna in her house is because it's funny how this works. It's like light, literally. When you have a lamp, man, I should have a lamp to show you. Let me show you how this works. Let's go inside. It's gonna get dark in here. I'm gonna close the door. So this is how the internet works, or this Wi-Fi signal works. Let's say we have an antenna at the Point's rooftop, right? This is casting a shadow just right behind. What's interesting is that this side is actually further out and it's very well lit. But the closer side is not lit at all. There's a shadow. So if we have an antenna in Maria's side, what the antenna will do, let me have your phone. What it will do is somewhat reflect the light and stop the shadow on the other side. Make sense?
Yeah.
That's all there is. A mirror would be a better analogy. Cool. Just basically waiting for Maria. I want to be at the point where people rely on our service enough that they're actually waiting for us, you know? Because now we're waiting for them. But if you're waiting for like Comcast or Verizon, you know, you're ready for them, right? You know what you guys could do? You know that Ethernet, that very long Ethernet cable, just pull it in so we could take it to Maria's house in case we need it. Let's do that. So you would need one person in the rooftop and one person in the literacy room. Let me keep harassing Maria.
I can't tell if Chris already pulled it in.
No, I want you to think right now while we're waiting for Maria. What do we need? Do we have everything?
That's going to be our kit in case we need to make any small repairs. I think with the just cable repair, that was pretty easy. But if like some other sort of issue were to happen, I'm not sure if we're really ready for that.
As expected, unfortunately. Maria is just giving us the runaround, so I'm trying to convince her to let us just put it in the freaking window, you know? So we're starting out right now, and when people allow us to give us something, it's a favor to us. Yes, we didn't get in today, but we're gonna get that. It's not a problem.
Today we had planned to install an AC mesh device right across the street at Maria's house.
This would be like a practice for us, but it didn't really go through, so it's disappointing.
I don't know, I mean, with the very limited stuff that we have up right now, we're not even sure like how many people it could handle, really.
It would like if it would hit tomorrow, I guess like, oh wow, like our stuff isn't up yet, so that would be difficult to get through.
I don't know, a lot of people don't like the Bronx, and I get it and I don't really get it, you know. I was born in Brooklyn, but at the age of 4, I was brought here to like a shelter, and I just kind of plan on living here just for forever, you know. I don't want to leave. It's the place that has given me the most opportunity. It's the place that has been the kindest to me. It's the place that's been the most understanding. It's the Bronx that has really believed in me, and so like I want to give back to the community that gave me so much.